Muling naglathala ang nasabing colleague sa kanyang official website at sa kanyang Twitter account tungkol sa aking plano na pagsasampa ng ethics complaint na tila ba may pangungutyapa nang sabihin niyang hindi raw siya marunong mag-splice ng video at kung maaari ay turuan pa siya. Ayan po ang nilagay niya.
Yan.
Ang ganitong pahayag na wari pagbibiro ay isa lamang paraan ng pag-iwas, ngunit halata naman na ang paratang ay hindi naitanggi.
Ping, nasan ka na? Anak ng tokwa. Hinihintay ka ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta dyan sa plenaryo. Oh. Derechahan kanyang pinapangalanan. Bakit hindi ka pumalag? Bakit? Dahil alam mo na in-splice yung video na ipinost dun sa official Facebook page mo. Ngayon na nga ho mga kababayan, naduwag itong si Ping Lacson dito kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Dito sa video na to, papanoorin ho natin ang privilege speech nitong si Sendante na kung saan kadalasan, pagka merong nag-privilege speech dyan sa Senado, yung ika nga medyo tinatamaan, magtatanong ho yan. Dito sa video na to, direktahan hong binanata nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta yung mga kabalbalang ginagawa nitong si Ping Lacson sa social media at mainstream media. Masyado ho kasing misleading. Mahilig mag-splice ng video yang si Ping Lacson. Kaya naman tayo walang splice-splice dito. Buo nating papanoorin kung paano binalagbag nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta itong si Ping Lacson Boytago. Anak ng toka, isang like at isang subscribe, masaya na tayo dyan. At sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community, yung join button nandyan lang ho sa baba. Nako, mabigat ho ito. Ika nga pagkatapos yung bumanat ni Marcoleta, sabay sinigundaan ho ito nitong si Amy Marcos manggagabit. Kaya naman talagang kitang-kita na kung ang boses lamang talaga ng majority ang masusunod dyan sa Senado, hindi na ho pro tempore yan si Ping Lacson at hindi na ho Senate President yan si Tuta Soto. Mantigin mo, si Senate President ka, yung pro tempore mo, nag-i-splice ng video, pinapakita na yung isang calling nyo dyan, kung ano-ano mga sinasabi sa mga hearing, ini-splice yung tanong, ini-splice yung sagot, tapos papahintulutan mo lang na ganun ang ginagawa ng pro tempore mo. Hindi ho ganun yun. Kaya naman, sabay-sabay ho natin panoorin at hindi nyo pa sinishare tong video na to. Yun ang pinakauna kong pakiusap dito kasi magkakaroon ng kaliwanagan kaugnay doon sa mga sinasabi nilang controversial statement nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Kasi lahat ng sinasabi ni Sendante, kung hindi nila binabaluktot, ipinipihit naman ho nila. Parang di ng pares lang ata yun. Ipinipihit tapos binabaluktot. Ganyan sila sa mainstream media. Buti na lang mayroong PH update dito na talagang ika nga pagka nagsalita itong si Sendante, kung ano man yung mga dapat klaruhin, talagang tayo nakaantabay dyan. Panoorin ho natin itong mga kababayan. Naku.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I rise today on a matter of personal and collective privilege to clarify and stand for the truth amidst the barrage of twisted narratives thrown upon me these days. My position has always been clear. We will protect what is rightfully ours and firmly uphold our rights under international law. Any statement alleging that I said, suggested, or implied that we should give up the Calayan Island Group is completely false. I have never wavered on this principle, Mr. President, and I will not allow misinformation to distort what we all profess to die for. Cheap fakes. These are deceptively altered contents created through basic editing techniques. May appear simple, yet their consequences are profound. With nothing more than selective splicing, omission, or rearrangement, narratives can be distorted, reputations can be damaged, and truth itself can be compromised. It is within this context that I seek to clarify the record and confront the dangers posed by deliberate misrepresentation. Mr. President, being one of the neophyte senators in this august chamber, I brought not only my passion to serve our countrymen, but also my hard-earned integrity as a public servant. I know for a fact that government officials should not be onion-skinned. At tunay naman pong isinabuhay ko ng maging matibay ang loob ko. Dahil sa ilang dekada ko nang nasa serbisyo, talaga naman pong samut-saring batikos at pangungutya na rin ang aking natanggap. Mr. President, criticisms per se are understandable, but intentional distortion of statements is clearly unacceptable. On 4 February 2026, the Commission on Appointments held a hearing for the confirmation of the ad interim appointments of the members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. During the said confirmation hearing, I underscored that the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, and the West Philippine Sea, WPS, are legally distinct from each other, emphasizing that the 2016 arbitral award clarified only the country's EEZ and continental self-entitlements and did not rule on the issue of WPS. I further explained that certain Philippine-occupied features in the KIG lie beyond the EEZ. And because their enclave territorial seas are included in the West Philippine Sea as defined by RA 12064, their inclusion in the plotting of the WPS map could be an insurmountable task. Within this context, I gave a hypothetical way out about giving up the KIG, which was only meant to illustrate the legal obstacles and physical difficulty of delineating the West Philippine Sea that will encompass waters of the KIG in the high seas, highlighting the dilemma rather than advocating abandonment.
Yan.
Then, on 5 February 2026,
Ayan na.
one of our colleagues in this chamber caused the publication through his official social media account
Nako po!
of a spliced and manipulated compilation of statements I have made during the aforesaid Commission on Appointments hearing. The said post presented a video compilation at sabay-sabay po nating panoorin ito.
Yan.
Kapatayan natin dito for something that is not even within our EEZ. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG.
Ang nag-govern pa rin yung international law. So atin yung Kalayaan Island Group.
We call now on Captain Jess B. Pilar, Philippine Navy, the most senior among the officers now under consideration.
Meron po tayong mga isla na occupied natin ngayon.
Ayan.
Ito yung Kalayaan Island Group. Ngunit,
Pilipin yan eh.
they are way beyond our EEZ. Wala doon sa limit ng ating exclusive economic zone.
Being a member of the armed forces, our seas, our rights, and our future, and we just stick to what is legally ours, what is stated in our law, sir.
I'd like to congratulate you for responding very well to the questions of the Honorable Marcoleta.
At first glance, Mr. President, the video may appear to convey precisely the narrative it was designed to suggest. However, that impression is fundamentally misleading.
Misleading.
Recognizing the implications of such a portrayal, I formally wrote to said colleague and sought clarification as to the purpose and intent of publishing a spliced video which seemed to have deliberately tweaked the import of my statements and portrayed in a manner as though I was advocating the surrender of a portion of our territory. Ayan po yung aking sulat, Mr. President, a one-page letter.
Napaka-kups ni Ping Lacson eh, no? O yung tipong, pwede mo naman kasing ipalabas yung buong video eh. Hindi sana tayo aabot sa ganito. At hindi mababalahura sa social media at mainstream media yung colleague mo. Pero hindi. Hindi yun ang pakay ni Ping Lacson. Ang pakay niya, talaga siya ang magmukhang concern. Nagmamahal sa bayan at itong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta gusto niyang isuko yung Kalayaan Group of Island. Palakpakan ho natin. Yang si Boy Splice. Mula nga pangalan ni Ping Lacson, Boy Splice. Lang yun yan. Kala ko vlogger lang nag-splice. Pati pala tong si Pinky.
Ayan naman po yung 3 pahina na sagot sa akin,
Tanatan mo,
Mr.
Sen.
President. In his reply letter,
Lagbahin mo yan.
he characterized my concerns in this manner, and I quote, "Allegations that the video excerpt was deliberately crafted to mislead or that it was altered to deceive are serious in nature and demand substantiation. None has been provided. I strongly disagree, Mr. President. The substantiation lies in the record itself. The official transcript and the unedited proceedings plainly demonstrate how my statements were taken out of context and presented in a manner that materially altered their meaning. Ilalantad ko po ito maya-maya ng konti, Mr.
Yan.
President." He further stated, and I quote, "For your information,
Oops ka,
I
ha?
do not exercise editorial control nor oversee the day-to-day uploading of content on the said page."
Eh kung ganun pala, wala kang control sa page na yan, mas mainam na isara mo na. O papalitan mo pangalan. Ipalagay mo dyan sa pangalan yan, Ping Lacson Supporters. Anak ng toko, kung hindi mo pala kontrolado lumalabas yan, baklasin mo pangalan mo dyan. O ilagay mo, Ping Lacson Unofficial. Para hindi nagmumukhang official statement mo, lahat ng kabalahura ang lumalabas dyan sa Facebook page na yan, boys.
Which is maintained by my
Gago ka,
office as part of our regular public information efforts with materials drawn from official and publicly verifiable proceedings. Again, I strongly disagree, Mr. President. Even if he does not exercise direct editorial control, responsibility still lies with his office for ensuring that the materials they publish accurately reflect the context and intent of the proceedings. Hindi po pwedeng sabihin, hindi ako ang direktang gumawa.
Correct.
This is a clear attempt to shift
Di pwede
one's
yun.
responsibility. So stated by our colleague in his letter. Sa batas at prinsipyo ng pamamahala, may tinatawag na command responsibility.
Yan.
Hindi maaaring maghugas ng kamay ang operator ng taxi or jeepney kapag nakasagasa ng kanyang driver, sa ilalim ng batas at ng prinsipyo ng vicarious liability. Ang operator pa rin ang nananagot dahil siya ang nagmamay-ari ng prangkisa at namamahala ng mga sasakyan.
Yan.
Ganon din ang may-ari ng karinderya. Kapag may na food poison, dahil sa pagkaing inihain, hindi niya maaaring ituro ang kusinera at sabihin siya ang nagluto. Sa mata ng batas, ang may-ari ng karinderya ang may pananagutan sa kalidad at kaligtasan ng pagkain. Sa paghahalin tulad po, Mr. President, sa kaso ng driver at kusinera, kahit ang lahat ay nangyari nang hindi sinasadya, nananagot pa rin ang may-ari. Sa kaso ng splice video, na maliwanag namang sinadya, lalong dapat managot ang may-ari, lalo pa kung siya ay talaga namang sangkot sa paggawa nito. Lastly, said colleague maintained that the video merely reflects what was posted in the Commission's official broadcast, and I quote, "Be that as it may, an objective viewing of the subject video would show that it is merely an excerpt from the official live broadcast of the Commission on Appointments hearing." Again, I strongly disagree, Mr. President. The truth is, it is a corrupted excerpt taken from the official live broadcast of the Commission on Appointments,
Yan.
presented in a way that selectively edited or rearranged my words for the purpose of distorting the meaning and misleading the people. Mr. President, his explanations do not address the central issue. The concern is not the source of the footage, but the manner in which it was spliced and deceptively presented. Appearances, as we know, can be engineered. The compilation was not an honest representation of the proceedings. What was shown was not the substance of the discussion, but manufactured impression. one that rearranged fragments of my remarks to create a meaning I neither intended nor expressed. Mr. President, kung ang simpleng pahayag nga ay nabibigyan ng iba't ibang interpretasyon, depende kung sino ang nakakarinig. Paano pa kaya ang pinagsama-sama at pinagtagpi-tagping piraso ng salaysay?
Yan.
Hindi ba't mas maraming malilihis sa tunay na konteksto at mensahe na nais maiparating?
Yeah.
These statements were maliciously lifted, compiled, and used without consideration of its context. The complete transcript of the hearing would clearly show that there was no intent to surrender our rightful territory.
Napaka-kups ni Lacson no? Sukdulan yung pagiging kups niya, no? Grabe talaga tong Lacson na to. Dapat maturuan ng leksyon para itigil na nila yung pagiging kups nila diyan sa official Facebook page niya. Kung sino man na may pakananoong pag-i-splice ng video ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta, I demand repent. Benny Abantin no? Kailangan nyo manghingi ng public apology. Kailangan nyo mag-public apology dito kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Period.
As I previously said, it was only to illustrate the Herculean task of delimiting the West Philippine Sea in relation to the enclave territorial seas of each of the occupied and claimed features in the Kalayaan Island Group, most of which lie in the high seas. Mr. President, in the interest of transparency and fairness, I will be presenting the original video excerpts
Yan.
from which the circulated clips were taken, alongside the edited compilation that was posted on our colleagues' official page, and the pages of the transcript where it was lifted from. By laying them side by side, we and the public will clearly see how particular statements were extracted from different portions of the hearing and rearranged in sequence to construct a narrative that did not exist in the actual exchange. The comparison will demonstrate in concrete terms how selective cutting and reordering of remarks can transform a hypothetical illustration into what falsely appears to be a categorical position. In doing so, I seek clarity so that the record may speak for itself, complete and unaltered. Papatayan natin dito for something that is not even within our EEZ. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG.
Yan.
Ano ba talaga ipagpapatayan natin dito? We will offer our lives, including the lives of our children, and to die for it, for something that is not even within our EEZ. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG.
Napaka-kups no? Ang dami pang sinabi ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta bago yung portion na ang gawin natin, i-give up natin yung KIG. Anak ng Petrang Garapata, dapat talaga ma-ethics itong si Pinky.
Then, mako-coordinate na natin lahat. But until and unless nandun yung KIG, wala nga po nasa labas po ng ating exclusive economic zone. Paano po malalagay sa entire West Philippine Sea? Mr. Chair, kaya po yun ang dahilan, hindi po tayo makagawa ng mapa para sana ma-submit na natin. And in our lifetime, we will able to see some entire stretch ng South China Sea, lalabas doon ang West Philippine Sea.
Yung. Oh. Ganda ng sa lansan
Ang video na nasa kaliwa, Mr. President, ay nagmula sa Facebook page ng ating colleague. Yung nasa kanan po ay ang original na video. Mapapansin po ninyo, ang pinagkunan po niya, pinagsama-samang salita upang mabuo ang isang pangungusap. Katulad po ang nakalagay sa yan pong nakikita ninyo.
Yan.
Yung kulay pink po sa baba, nakalagay, Senator Marcoleta, ano ba talaga ang pinagpapatayan natin dito for something that is not even within our EEZ? Ang gawin po natin para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG. Tingnan po ninyo yung mga phrases, mga parirala, mga salita na nakukulayan ng yellow. Doon po niya kinuha lahat yun at pinagdugtong-dugtong.
Napaka
Yung una pong nasa yellow ay page 22, line 9. Yung CCA live timestamp po ay 10649 to 10652. Yung pangalawa pong nasa yellow at yung pangatlo page 22, lines 10 to 12. CA live timestamp 10658, 10704. Diyan po ninyo makikita na pinagdugtong-dugtong lang po ang aking sinabi para sa ganon makapagporma ng isang pangungusap na mag-iiba ang kanyang kahulugan. Ang pahayag kong ito, Mr. President, ay matatagpuan sa page 22, line 9 at lines 10 to 12 ng CA transcript of stenographic notes noong ika-4 na Pebrero kung saan tinanong ko sila kung alam na ba natin ang ating coordinates sapagkat ang ating mga kasamaan sa armed forces ay nakikipagpatayan upang proteksyonan o protektahan ang ating teritoryo kahit na wala pa tayong kasiguraduhan sa hangganan nito.
Nag-govern pa rin yung international law. So atin yung Kalayaan Island Group. Nag-govern pa rin yung international law, di ba? This was made formal by the arbitral ruling. Di ba? So atin yung Kalayaan Island Group.
Yung nasa kaliwa po, ito po yung
sa official Facebook page niya.
cheap fake. Yung nasa kanan, yan po yung original, Mr. President. Dito sa video clip na yan, ay makikita natin na ang ating kasamahan na sinasabi na international law pa rin daw ang nag-govern at sa atin pa rin ang Kalayaan Island Group na tila ba ay sagot niya sa aking naunang pahayag. Hindi po ito ang nangyari.
Sinungaling talaga tong Ping Lacson na to. Oh.
Ayan po ang tunay na pagkakasabi, Mr. President. Yung pong nasa yellow uli, nasa page 28, line 6-7, CA live timestamp 11937 to 11939. Hanggang sa huling dilaw, Mr. President, page 28, line 8, CA live timestamp 11945, 11947. Binuo sa isang salita na nandun po sa pink para lang makakuha ang nag-govern pa rin ang international law, so atin ang Kalayaan Island Group. Ang pahayag niyang ito ay matatagpuan sa page 28, line 6-8, 6 to 8 ng TSN, kung saan tinanong niya si Captain Pilar kung alam ba niya ang Presidential Decree 1596. Slide po. Meron po tayong mga isla na occupied natin ngayon. Ito yung Kalayaan Island Group. Ngunit, they are way beyond our EEZ. Wala doon sa limit ng ating exclusive.
Yung pagiging kups ni Ping Lacson, makikita ho natin dyan. Yan yung splice, yan yung chip fake nitong si Ping Lacson. Nagtago ho siya nung nag-privilege speech itong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta eh.
Economic Zone?
Being a member of the armed forces, our seas, our rights, and our future. And we just stick to what is legally ours, what is
Hmm.
stated in our law, sir.
Yari ka dyan. Langyakan
The
kups
department
ka, ha?
believes that escalation, even in public messaging, should be
Yan ang
undertaken
original.
only when it advances clear strategic objectives and the national interest. Ano pong strategic objective o national interest ang na-achieve natin sa ginawa ni Commodore Tariela na magpakita ng ganong mga statements at mga caricatures sa uncompromising at nakakahiyang paglalarawan sa kanilang head of state? What did we gain strategically in terms of national interest? Meron po ba?
Your Honor, I cannot answer on that.
Hindi, sa panukat mo lang.
Sir, being a member of the armed forces, we are voicing out term RCs, our rights and our future, and we just stick to what is being dictated in our what is legally ours and what is stated in our law, sir.
What is legally ours must be defended. Must be protected, and we should fight it out to the last drop of our blood. Sir President, sa mga video clips naman
Meron
na yan,
po tayong mga isla na occupied natin ngayon. Ito yung Kalayaan Island Group. Alam na po ninyo yon. Meron tayong 4 na features in the Kalayaan Island Group. Ito po yung Pagasa, yung Parola, yung Kota, at yung Lankiam. Captain, alam po ninyo yan. Incidentally, Mr. Chairman, itong 4 na features na occupied ng ating bansa, they are way, way beyond our EEC. Wala po sila sakop ng EEC. Alam po ba ninyo yon, Captain?
sa mga video clips na yan po, Mr. President, yan na po talaga nagkagulo-gulo. Ang mga pahayag kong ito ay matatagpuan sa page 19 at page 20 ng TSN, kung saan aking tinalakay ang Kalayaan Island Group at ang saklaw ng arbitral ruling. Ayan po yung mga salita na nasa nakukulayan ng kulay dilaw na kanilang pinagdugtong-dugtong para magawa po yung isang pangungusap na nandyan po sa pink color. Ayan po, yung page 19, line 58. Nandyan na naman po yung 3 nakakulay na mga pahayag ko at pagkatapos pinagdugtong-dugtong uli para makakuha ng isang salita na nakukulayan sa kulay rosas. Makikita natin kung paano po nila pinaghalo-halo ang mga pahayag, Mr. President. Some words taken from page 22 of the TSN, the others were from page 28 at another from page 19. Hindi lamang po yan, iba-iba rin ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng pahayag kong ito sa page 19 ng TSN. Merong nasa line 25, biglang pumunta sa line 21, tumalon sa lines 7 to 8 at nasa page 20 at muling bumalik sa lines 5 to 8 ng page 19.
Incidentally, Mr. Chairman, itong 4 na features na occupied ng ating bansa, they are way, way beyond our EEC. Wala po sila sakop ng EEC. Meron po tayong mga isla na occupied natin ngayon. Ito yung Kalayaan Island Group. Ngunit, they are way, way beyond our EEC. Wala doon sa limit ng ating exclusive economic zone.
Being a member of the armed forces, RCs, our rights and our future, and we just stick to what is legally ours, what is stated in our law, sir.
Napansin po ba ninyo, Mr. President? Doon sa original, yun po yung bandang kaliwa, at saka yung kanan, bandang kanan, nagsingit sila ng isang salita ng ngunit para pagdugtungin po ang isang statement. With the insertion of the word ngunit, what was supposed to be a mere informative statement on the arbitral award suddenly evoked a negative connotation
Yan.
because it was connected to the KID, somehow portraying as if I was asserting that we cannot exercise sovereignty over the features outside the EEZ. It created an unwarranted sense of contradiction or mischaracterization, distorting the legal point I intended to emphasize. Ayan po ang order of events, Mr. President. No, sa version po na chip fake, ayan po yung 10649 to 10730.
Hindi man deep fake eh. Cheap fake ang tawag ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta sa trabaho ng mga aso nitong si Ping Lacson dyan sa kanyang official Facebook page.
27.
Cheap fake.
At ang timestamp po sa CA's live feed, 11937, 11947, 1017 to 10145, tsaka po yung 57, 51, and 5916. Mr. President, malinaw sa slide na ito kung paanong pinag-iba-iba ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga video clips. Nagmula ang mga pahayag sa iba't ibang timestamps kung saan iba't iba rin ang pinupunto ng bawat isa. Bakit pa kailangang paghalu-haluin ang aking mga sinabi at sadyaing magsingit pa ng isang salita sa aking pahayag? Sa mismong pagmamaniobra na ito, malinaw na may layuning baluktutin ang simpleng kahulugan ng aking sinabi.
Yan.
Ang salitang ngunit na kanilang isiningit para dugtungan ang isang pangungusap ay malinaw na matatagpuan sa page 19 ng TSN. Ipinalalabas nilang ito'y tuloy-tuloy kong sinabi, gayong sa opisyal na record ay malinaw na magkakahiwalay ang aking mga pahayag.
Yan.
Ang ganitong pag-edit at hindi simpleng pagkakamali lamang,
Hindi pagkakamali yan.
bagkus isa pong buktot na
Napakakuts niyan.
planadong pagkilos at tuwirang pagpapalit ng konteksto na nagpabago sa kahulugan ng aking mga ipinahayag.
Hmm.
If we take into account the entirety of my discussion, Mr. President, the statements clearly express a theoretical choice. If only to illustrate the legal conundrum in connecting the maritime areas of the KIG features and at an advocacy of surrender, abandonment, or renunciation of any part of Philippine territory. But this was not the account in the edited material used as a contraption. Although the statements were indeed made during the hearing, the video he posted on his Facebook account was a spliced and reordered version that deliberately rearranged my remarks to cast me in a negative light. By selectively cutting, fragmenting, and reassembling portions of my statements out of their proper sequence and context, he fabricated a narrative that is intentionally deceptive. Sa mga slides na nakikita po natin, Mr. President, makikita rin natin kung paano umalingaw-ngaw ang epekto ng nasabing splice video sa iba't ibang TV networks, pahayagan sa social media, at sa mga kilalang personalidad sa politika. Mula sa isang inedit at pinagputol-putol na presentasyon, nabuo ang isang naratibong mabilis kumalat. Agad pinaniwalaan ng ilan at walang habas na ibinahagi nang hindi sinuri ang kabuuang konteksto ng aking mga pahayag. At noong 16 ng Pebrero 2026, kagaya po ng nakikita po nyo, muling naglathala ang nasabing colleague sa kanyang official website at sa kanyang Twitter account tungkol sa aking plano na pagsasampa ng ethics complaint na tila ba may pangungutya pa nang sabihin niyang hindi raw siya marunong mag-splice ng video at kung maaari ay turuan pa siya. Ayan po ang nilagay niya.
Yan.
Ang ganitong pahayag na wari pagbibiro ay isa lamang paraan ng pag-iwas, ngunit halata naman na ang paratang ay hindi naitanggi.
Ping, nasaan ka na? Anak ng tokwa. Hinihintay ka ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta dyan sa plenaryo. Oh. Diretsahan kanyang pinapangalanan. Bakit hindi ka pumalag? Bakit? Dahil alam mo na in-splice yung video na ipinost doon sa official Facebook page mo.
Ginoong
Kasi-
Pangulo, kahit pa marunong akong mag-splice o mag-edit, kailanman ay hindi ko ituturo kung ito ay gagamitin sa kamalian na magdudulot ng kalituhan o kapahamakan sa aking kapwa.
Yan.
Ang sabi nga niya,
Tatamusin.
Ang tama ay ipaglaban.
Yan.
Ang mali ay labanan. From his own words, his own slogan, his own political battle cry, let us walk the talk, Mr. President.
Yan.
He did not stop at posting the spliced and misleading video. He continued to publish and disseminate statements on the same issue, repeatedly insinuating that I intended to surrender a portion of the country's territory, portraying me as a villain and himself the hero.
Yun.
Ang kulit.
Yun ang sinasabi natin dyan. Gusto niya siya bida. Anak ng tawa, dito ka magbida-bidahan doon sa 18 na ex-marines. Doon ka magbida-bidahan, doon ka magpahiring-hiring. Kaya ang problema, naduwag na naman itong siping.
In his
Duwag
interview with DCBB 594, February 5, 2026, posted on his official YouTube account, he once again talked about the same topic. Ito po ang sinabi niya. Nang narinig ko, sabi ni Senator Marcoleta, na ipamigay na lang natin, hindi ako nakapigil. Doon, kailangang liwanagin natin kasi atin yan. At may basihan kung bakit atin yan. Sabi niya sa labas ng EEC, di ko matanggap yan kasi nandoon na may mga Pilipino sa Pag-asa Island.
Pala, no? Napaka-kumsi. Oy, Peng! Diyan ka magaling eh. Diyan sa mga mainstream media eh. Di ba? DCBB, DCRH. Diba? Dito ka. Diyan kayo sa Senado mag-usap ng colleague mo. Tignan natin kung hanggang saan ang galing mo.
On February 7, 2026, sa nakikita nating social media post. Ayan po, Mr. President. The same colleague once again utilized his official Facebook page, website, and other social media accounts and published an article discussing the Kalayaan Island Group, asserting that relinquishing it would be tantamount to surrendering the entire nation. Through this subsequent posting, he reinforced the same insinuation and misleading narrative previously advanced. A narrative anchored on a distorted interpretation of my statements rather than on the true record of the proceedings. This development, Mr. President, naturally raises serious questions. What objective is being served by repeatedly advancing this narrative? Bakit tila ako ang palagi niyang tinatarget? Ano ang tunay na layunin ng patuloy at piling pagtutok laban sa aking mga pahayag at paninindigan? Ano bang dahilan at kinakailangan niyang baluktutin ang aking mga pahayag at ipilit ang isang salaysay na malinaw na taliwas sa aking tunay na paninindigan? Mr. President, truth cannot be distorted by editing, nor can integrity be blemished by manipulation. Every issue needing public discourse should start and end in floor debates in this chamber, not in the cover and comfort of partisan media. When statements are deliberately stripped of context and repackaged to mislead the public, the injury is not merely personal, it is institutional. It corrodes trust, distorts democratic debate, and undermines the very standards of fairness this chamber is duty-bound to uphold. I therefore place on record this demand for clarification, firm in the conviction that reasoned discussion must prevail over misrepresentation. Para sa kalaman ng lahat, falsification of a video recording the deliberate manipulation, alteration, or fabrication of a video output to deceive, misrepresent, or to create false evidence. Yung slide 25, please. Ayan po. Mr. President, these are not trivial matters. Legal repercussions can arise. For when public platforms such as Facebook and YouTube are used to amplify misrepresentations, the consequences extend beyond individual reputations and risk misleading the very people we are sworn to serve.
Yan.
Such acts may constitute violations of
Walang
Cybercrime
tayo.
Prevention Act of
Alam ba tayo
2012,
dyan?
particularly under provisions of penalizing online libel and the spreading of false information through video forgery and tampering. Lest we forget, the sacred wordings of the PMA Honor Code and Honor System,
Nako.
so ingrained in the hearts of every cadet, are cast in stone. Let me quote this, Mr. President.
Yan.
The Honor Code is our pride as it is our heritage. We will hold its trust long after we have left the gray line. We will be guided by its principles of fearless truth regardless of consequence, a sine qua non in our profession of arms. Our code does not deviate from the universal concept of honor. It demands the truth, nothing else but the truth, both by act and implication. Each cadet becomes a zealous guardian to his earmark of the Corps and will report another or himself for a violation of honor. It is in keeping this priceless legacy from our predecessors that we seek to transmit it unblemished to the unending gray line. Mula sa PMA Code, Ginoong Pangulo, dalawa pa lang napaka-importanting tanong ang dapat masagot ng bawat kadete ng Philippine Military Academy. Una, do I intend to deceive? Pangalawa, do I intend to take undue advantage? If a cadet can answer no to both questions, he is not guilty of any honor violation. Ngunit kung hindi ka naman makakasagot ng hindi sa dalawang tanong na ito, wala kang karapatan upang matawag na marangal.
Yeah.
Mr. President, if the Philippine Military Academy requires every cadet to answer 2 questions on the virtue of honor, shouldn't we ask ourselves if we all deserve the honor of serving our people in this chamber? Mr. President, when he spoke last February 21, 2026, during the PMA Alumni Homecoming where he was guest speaker, he declared, and I quote,
Ginagawa pa bang guest speaker yung gunggong na yan? Pinagsasalita pa sa entablado yan? Pagkatapos niyang imbestigahan, pagkatapos niyang i-entertain, pagkatapos niyang nagpatawag ng hearing dyan sa Blue Ribbon, kaugnay doon sa pagsiwalat ng 18th ex-Marine na kung saan etong si Master Sergeant Orly Gutesa ay sinigundahan yung sinabi nitong si Zaldico at yung yung mga 18th Marines ika nga ipinasok ang tresera, di ba? Master Zaldico, Master Sergeant Orly Gutesa, 18 Marines. Iisa sinasabi nila. Tapos ngayon sasabi mo sketchy yung nila, yung mga testimonya dahil ang tawag dito, yung iba natanggal sa serbisyo.
if the test of courage and loyalty transpires during times of danger, integrity is tested in positions of power and influence, especially when no one is looking. If it were so, Mr. President, then this is a powerful reminder that those who hold positions of authority must exercise them with fairness and fidelity. Yes, fidelity to the truth. Precisely because we possess influence. We bear a greater responsibility to ensure that we present to the public, what we present to the public is complete, accurate, and not deliberately framed to mislead. Integrity, after all, Mr. President, is not proven by rhetoric, but by conduct. Ginoong Pangulo, ang katotohanan ay hindi maaring tabunan ng ingay. At ang paninindigan ay hindi maaring yurakan ng panlilinlang. Uulitin ko po, hindi po ako kailanman nagsulong ng pagsuko ng ating teritoryo. Ako'y naninindigan para sa malinaw, tapat at responsableng pagtalakay ng batas at ng ating pambansang interes. Sa harap ng baluktot na salaysay, ako ay nananatiling matatag sapagkat sa huli, ang katotohanan ay mananaig at ang taong bayan ay may karapatang malaman ng buong katotohanan, walang dagdag, walang bawas, walang panlilinlang. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Palakpakan natin si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. So, Legs, maraming salamat po sa pagsuporta sa PH Update at tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo sa pagsuporta dito kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta. At sa 18th na Marines na napakatatapang, no? Talagang magigiting. Kasi natin Pilipinas. Maraming salamat mga kababayan.